गुड आफ्टरनून स्टूडेंट्स। आज हम पढ़ेंगे कि व्हाट आर द डिफरेंट मीडियम्स रिक्वायर्ड फॉर द फर्मेंटेशन प्रोसेस। लास्ट क्लास में हमने देखा था कि हाउ माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स आर सिलेक्टेड फॉर द fermentation process. Now we will see how medium is designed for the fermentation process. So basically a media requirement depends on the type of microorganisms being used in the fermentation process. But the basic requirements remains the same, that is source of energy, water, carbon source, nitrogen source, vitamins and minerals. All these things are necessary included in all types of media. But according to the microorganisms, the medias will be changed according to the and they whether they are aerobic, whether they are anaerobic, whether they require some blood, whether they require some milk components. So according to the microorganisms need, we will design that media accordingly. So designing of the media for the small scale laboratory purpose is relatively easy, but the medias for the large scale production or industrial purpose, for the industrial purpose, it requires difficult to prepare. So culture mediums should allow high yield of desired products and at the fast rate, allow low yield of undesired product and be sterile easily, yield consistent products, that is minimum batch variations, be cheap and readily available, be compatible with the fermentation process and not pose environmental problems before, during and after the fermentation process. So the medium should allow high yield of desired products. Means we should get the better yield after the fermentation process, and we should not get undesired products, and medium should be sterile easily, and it should be cheap. So like that, many requirements should be there before designing the culture medium. So culture medium will affect the design of fermenter vessel also. For example, hydrocarbons in the media require high oxygen content, so an airlift fermenter should be used. So like that, if the oxygen contents we want more, then we will use the airlift fermenters. Natural media, if we use simple natural media, then which are cheap, so high batch variation, which have high batch variations. So on the other hand, pure ingredients are there which has little batch variance, but they are expensive. So according to the requirement, we will choose the media, what we require, less cheap media or expensive media. So if we summarize all the medias, then media contains carbon, energy source, nitrogen source, nutrients, and then we will get the product according to carbon dioxide, water, heat, and biomass are the byproducts. So like that, media are designed above based on the above equation using minimal component required to produce maximum product yield. So these are the requirements which are needed to fulfill the media. It should contain carbon and energy source, plus nitrogen sources are also there, nutrients are also there, and finally we will get the product. Product also contains some byproducts like carbon dioxide, water, heat, and biomass. So like that, medium of the important components of the medium are carbon source, nitrogen source, mineral, growth factor, chelating agent, buffer, anti-foaming agent, air, steam, and fermentation vessels. The first, carbon source. From where we will get the carbon source? Carbon source from carbohydrate, oil, fats, and hydrocarbons. Like that, you have seen various types of media preparations in which carbohydrates, we will obtain carbohydrates from the grains, maize, cereals, potatoes. Like that, many other details are also there, from where we will get different types of carbohydrate like starch, sucrose, cellulose, sugar, maltose, single cell proteins, vitamins. So it contains molasses. Molasses is the one of the cheapest source of carbohydrate. It contains high amount of sugar concentration, nitrogen substance, vitamins, and it is used in alcohol production. Like that, many oil and fats are there, hydrocarbons are there. So like all these are carbohydrate carbon sources. Uh, nitrogen source can be ammonia, ammonium salts, urea are the most commonly used nitrogen source in the fermentation process. Ammonia is also used as it for the control of pH purpose. And nitrogen source are also example हैं उसके carbon steel liquid, soya meal, peanut meal, cotton seed meal, amino acids and proteins. Minerals we can get from the calcium, chlorine, magnesium, potassium, uh, phosphorus, sulfurs, and so these are the like that. Other minerals are also there like copper, cobalt, iron, manganese, molybdenum, zinc are needed in trace amount. So specific concentration of all these elements are added depending on the microorganism need. Growth factors are there. Growth factors will be provided by vitamins, amino acids, and fatty acids. Chelating agents are there. Chelating agents like EDTA will be used for the for preventing formation of insoluble metal precipitates. Citric acid is also used. Buffers are used to maintain pH of the medium for the microbial growth. The buffers are commonly used. Buffers are calcium carbonate, ammonia, and sodium hydroxide. Anti-foaming agents are used because microbial process produce a large amount of foam in the fermentation vessels. This is due to microbial proteins or other components of the media, and foaming cause removal of cells from the media and their autolysis. So thus releasing more microbial foam producing protein, hence aggravating the problem. So there is a need of removing the foam inside the fermentation vessel by using anti-foaming agent. So foam will reduce the working volume in the fermentation vessels because foam will occupy some amount of fermentation vessel volume of fermentation vessels and decreasing the rate of heat transfer and deposit cells on the top of the fermenters. So anti-foaming agents are used which will stabilize this problem, and it will not allow to produce foam. And commonly anti-foaming agents are stearin alcohol, cottonseed oil, linseed oil, olive oil, castor oil, soybean oil, cod liver oil, silicone, sulfonates. So all these are anti-foaming agents. Air filter exist then become wet, allowing growth of contaminating microorganisms. So there should be used anti-foaming agents. Air is required for the aeration and is supplied to the fermenters by means of pump or compressors. So sterile air is passed through the filters before being introduced, and the amount of air required and extent of purity depends on the fermentation process being carried out. Steam is used to sterilize fermenters and other equipments and to control temperature. Continuous dry steam supply is required for the fermentation process, and care should be taken to prevent condensation. So steam is also used in the fermenters. Now the fermenters vessels, how they are designed. So according to the laboratory or according to the industry, fermentation vessels are designed according to their need. In a small scale ferment industries, they can work on simple flask or some small vessels, but a large scale fermentation required a steel tank or stainless steel tank, glass fermenters. So in the laboratory scale, fermenters are carried out in a shaker flask or flatbed bottles, but in the large scale, fermenters are carried out in a steel and stainless steel, glass, steel tank fermenters. So fermenters vessels should be cheap, not allowed contamination of the content, be non-toxic to the microorganisms used for the process, be easy to sterilize, be easy to operate, be robust, reliable, and allow visual monitoring of the fermentation process. It allows sampling also and should be leaf proof. So all these type of requirement to be needed for a proper fermentation vessels to be designed. The shaker flask is there. Shaker flask, they are the conical vessels made of glass and are available in different sizes. In the small scale fermentation, small scale industries. These are the conical flasks made of the glass and are available in different sizes. The typical volume of these flasks is 250 ml, and they are of different types of shaker vessels such as baffled, unbaffled, Erlenmeyer flask, flying saucer. Shaker flasks are used for the screening of microorganisms and cultivation of them for the inoculation, and shaker beds or shaker tables are used to allow oxygen transfer